Hello everyone, my name is Joshua Brown with higherpowers.net. Welcome to our first resume walkthrough video. We're going to be going over a skills-based resume template today. All right, this template, just like all the others on higherpowers.net, is available for free to download. You can download it in the Microsoft Word format, real text, and also the open document format. Okay, so very quickly, we're just going to go over all the different points of this resume and a little bit about what type of potential job seeker it's for. Now you'll see here I'm in Google Docs. This is where I've actually created all the resumes. So if you do have access to that, if not, you can get it for free through gmail.com or the whole Google accounts. Okay, so up at the top here we have our contact information. So this is the title attribute. That's the kind of style that I've given it, so it can translate over again to the different types of word processing programs. So this is pretty straightforward. We have our email address, location, contact phone number. You can also slide in here with another, if you wanted to here, let me just throw this in, some type of online presence, maybe a LinkedIn URL there. All right, so that's all centered here, so you can check that out. So underneath that we have a professional summary. So this is the heading 3 here, just for the formatting purposes. You can see that. Now, professional summary is just that. It's a summary of what you've been doing in your professional life for the past 7 to 10 years. It's quick, it's concise, it's maybe 1 or 2 sentences, and you want to be, again, targeting the specific job. So your professional summary is going to be a little bit different depending on each job that you apply to. So we'll have a subsequent video where we talk about specifically how to write a very strong professional summary. Okay, but what your professional summary is going to do is back up these skills and proficiencies in the next section here. All right, so that's also, again, for formatting purposes, the heading. All right, and then this is built with actually on a table here, so you can take a look and see the different border options. I happen to have this one set without any borders. Okay, and it is, as you can see here, in a bulleted list. You can change the bullets if you so desire. Okay, but basically what this skills and proficiency section is going to be is a lot of technical skills that you can list in 3 to 5 words maximum, hopefully a little bit less, 1 or 2, and it's going to be very, very technical. And what I mean by that is, say for example you're a medical assistant. Well, knowing how to draw blood, take blood pressure, those are very technical skills that are specifically for medical assistant. You would only put those skills on your resume if you were applying for a job as a medical assistant, not something in customer service or something in sales. So it's very job specific. So that's what I'm talking about when I say the technical skills. Okay, so these are things that maybe you've picked up, as part of your education or in previous work experience. Okay, so speaking of that, the work experience is the next section here. Okay. All right, so these are bold and underlined as well as with the headings. All right, so the work experience here has the 4 crucial pieces of information. It has the company name that you worked for, the location of that company, the dates that you worked for that company, and then here we have underneath your job title. Okay, so how you actually place this information doesn't really matter as long as you have that information. All right, and so what you can kind of do is play around with it, see what works best for you. Take this template and play around with it, see what works best, because some people, if they have, say for example, worked for really well-known companies, right, you want to display that first and foremost, and maybe even bold it or underline it, right? You want to catch their eye. If you have maybe a bad past work history, you may want to take this information here, maybe make it a size 11 or 10 instead. De-emphasize the negative parts of your resume, right? And bring the attention to, maybe you had a really catchy job title. You had a managerial title, right? You want to put that there. You were a supervisor, okay? All right, so keep all of that in mind. You have those 4 pieces of information, and then of course you're going to be backing up your skills with the actual job description here. And just like the summary, we're going to have a subsequent video where we talk about what exactly to put into these the bullet points that you are using to describe your job and your accomplishments. But again, for the most part, you want to be using these as an opportunity to target the job that you're applying for. Now, that doesn't mean that you make up things just based off the job listing, but it does mean that you put in specific words that the company wants to use in their type of vocabulary. Okay, so for example, in customer service, Verizon customer service may call it customer care as their job title, right? Someone else may call it customer support representative, and you want to reflect those changes and show the history, how it matches what they're looking for. Okay, so like I said, we'll go into more detail in a later video, but for the formatting purposes, a bulleted list, you're going to have a lot more information here, so it may go into more sentences. So again, you'll have to change this template and adapt it to your specific needs. You may not have 4 previous jobs, you may have 2 and more education to put here. Okay, so again, getting to the bottom of the resume, let's kind of pump up the view here. You can get an idea of the more specific aspects of it. So we have the education, very quick. Again, it has the same 4 pieces of information. We have where you went to school, the location of that school, the date that you've graduated, or if you're currently in school, you can put the amount of credits that you have, or the time that you've been in school, right? Amount of semesters also as well, and then the degree that you either have obtained or are you trying to obtain currently underneath that. So again, the order in which you put this information doesn't really matter as long as you have that. Okay, so some people may have some additional bullet points to put underneath their education section here. That's perfectly fine. You can add that, and maybe you don't need as much up here, so you can adjust to your needs. Okay, so hopefully you got a little bit of information out of this resume walkthrough. Please subscribe to our channel. We're going to be having more of these walkthroughs where we go over education-based resumes, resumes for students, people without a lot of experience. So check that out. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day.